Hey, Tyrann, what's the best way to describe the season thus far?
Oh man, it's been challenging. I probably use that word. Obviously, it's a bit of a disappointment. You know what I mean, in regards to where we expected ourselves to be as far as just a team. But it's been challenging nonetheless.
What's been the biggest challenge for this defense the first half of the season?
Well, I think just really finding out who we are. I think each and every year, you're tasked with, trying to recreate an identity and or trying to find a new identity. And so I think, that's really what we've been struggling with to really start the season. I feel like these last couple of weeks we've been getting to the kind of defense, the kind of team, defensively that we really want to be.
Yeah, and I was going to ask you the last couple of weeks, it seemed like the defense has improved. What are you guys doing specifically that you see that makes that improvement?
Well, I think it's less about the opponents. It's less about the offenses we're facing, and I think it's more about what we do, what we can determine. From our aggressiveness, from technique, and just simple coaching and fundamentals.
Have you seen a change with Chris Jones moving back into the inside, kind of, playing his more natural position?
Yeah, obviously, I think we've had a lot of success, with Chris playing inside. He's been an all-pro caliber player, when he's lined up on the inside. Obviously, he has to take on more double teams, sometimes triple teams. It can kind of wear on you, as a player. But, anytime he's lined up inside, man, I feel like we have great success. We've had great success the last couple of years when he's in that position.
What have you seen from Melvin, Ingram, and what gets you excited about the fact that he's on this team?
Yeah, man. Listen, I love football. So anytime you could, Brett Veach or Coach Reed, Spags, they could surround, me with another football guy, man. I'm always excited about that. He's a pro's pro too. He's one of those guys that you can lean on. You can ask him questions about certain situations. Yeah, it's great experience, man. And one of the things I respect the most about him, he came in last week, really had a couple of days of practice, and he showed up in the run game, he showed up in the pass game. He knew what he was doing. So that tells me a lot about him and how he carries himself, outside of the building.
What has it been like watching this offense and Patrick Mahomes struggle? I know you're not used to it, but what has it been like as a veteran player sitting back and watching this offense struggle?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, man, it's different. At least it feels different. Obviously, those guys haven't been able to really create the, explosive plays, that we're comfortable, seeing. I think, as a teammate, you could kind of get spoiled, with the fact that these guys are, marching up and down the football field. But, we all have challenges. And I think most importantly, if I want anybody in my foxhole, it'll be Patrick Mahomes. So, I know he'll figure it out and keep those guys motivated and encouraged, going forward.
What do you say to people that count you guys out? I mean, I know how competitive you are. And when you hear people on a national stage talking about, oh, Kansas City's defense is terrible, Kansas City can't play no defense, I mean, how does that make you feel as a competitor?
Well, just me being to the last, two Super Bowls, I understand that they only can crown champions at the end of the year, so, and I think we're grateful and fortunate really that, we have about 8-9 games left that we could really try to put this thing together and still be where we want to be at the end of the year. But, they're not crowning any champions in October and November. So we just got to keep pushing.
That's my point right there. How good is Darren Waller, man? And how good is Darren Waller? And how do you defend him, man? I've never seen a tight end with this type of explosiveness, speed. I mean, he's a freak athlete, bro.
Yeah, I mean, man, he's probably one of the tougher covers, in this league. I really kind of put him in the same bucket as, the Julio Jones of the world. And it doesn't really matter if you got two people on him or if you're trying to scheme him. They find a way to get open. And I think one of the things that he has in his favor, too, is him and Derek Carr seem like they're on the same page all the time. And that always adds extra stress, when you're talking about covering, one of these, elite specimens, because that's what he is, man. The guy just runs up and down the football field. He could take a 2-yard catch and turn it to a 30-yard gain. So he's definitely somebody that, all of our antennas got to be up, and we got to know where he is on the field, really at all times.
What does Derek Carr do best?
Oh man, he's always in control. At least that's what it seems like. Especially with his offense. The more and more I watch him, I've had the privilege to play against him the last couple of years, and he just seems like he's in command of the offense. And so we got to do a great job defensively, really disguising looks and not letting him really read our mail, because I probably say he's one of the best quarterbacks, in the NFL when you talk about just coming to the line, changing the play, putting his offense in the right play, to win the down. So we got to be good on the back end, especially with our disguises, and then up front, we just got to disrupt them and really get him off his spots.
When you get Deshaun Jackson in the game and you know about that speed, what is the mindset of the secondary? Like, what is your mindset? Are you saying, okay, I got Deshaun Jackson, I'm gonna get about 5 more yards deep and maybe let him catch those little short intermediate routes? Because if it's me, I'm getting all the way back.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I think that's really the mindset. Anytime you talk about these speed demons that most of these offenses are really getting now, especially as a safety, you want to stay as deep as the deepest. And then what I tell the cornerbacks is, you want to challenge these guys at the line of scrimmage. Put hands on them, make their job hard, because as long as you bumping and running them, he can't really run 4.3, 4.4 speed. He got to slow it down a little bit.
Hey man, so the divisional game, Sunday Night Football. How big is this? How big is this game for you guys?
It's huge. This game will say a lot about our team. Obviously, from a morale standpoint, and then as well, all the teams in our division have five wins, and so if we could be one of those teams to get to the 6th win and really start, getting to the top of our, division as far as seeding goes. I think it'll say a lot about us as a team, especially with the way we started the season. But it's a big game, man. It's one of those games that the coaches try to remind you that it counts twice.
Amen, man. Hey, man, I always appreciate the time I get to spend with you. Looking forward to seeing you out there on the field, man. All the best to you, bro. Appreciate
Thanks,
you.
Rodney. I appreciate it. Likewise.
All right, bro. Have a good one, man.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.